Hey everyone, Telander here. Are you ready for another Ostium Sagas? If you're wondering what I'm talking about, it's a strange book from the 18th century Steve finds in the basement of the Ostium Network, and he's recording what he's reading and what he thinks about what he's reading. Strange stories about time travelers stuck in the past. You want to make sure you start at the first episode. And just to let you know, this isn't the first episode, so double check if you need to. And if you enjoy this Ostium Sagas episode and want more right away, you can do that very easily by heading over to our Patreon at patreon.com/ostiumpodcast and supporting us at any level. You'll instantly get access to the next 15 episodes, plus a bunch of other bonus material. Once again, that's patreon.com/ostiumpodcast. Okay, let's get back to the Ostium Saga, shall we, and see what Steve's up to next. The Ostium Sagas. (4) Recorder's Note. Okay, wow. Sorry, I know you wanted to get started with the first of these actual Ostium Sagas, and you probably think I'm sticking my big nose in, but I have some things I need to get off my chest first, as well as some points to make with what I believe they call housekeeping in the podcast parlance. And let's start with the latter first, and the point I want to make is, as we go through these stories and sagas, while the author of this book will have their comments and notes, I too will have my thoughts and opinions to add as we go along, and I'll be differentiating them from the author's notes as my own recorder's notes. So get ready for that. Actually, I'll probably go one full step further by not only adding my own notes to the individual sagas as I read them, and perhaps even to the author's own notes, but I plan to do my own recorder's response to the Ostium Saga and conduct my own research and see what I can find out about it. The author wrote this over 300 years ago, long before the internet was even a bloody idea in someone's head, so chances are there have been a few more thoughts and discussions and possibly even discoveries related to it since then. Basically, I'll see what I can dig up and report it here. It may be nothing, or it may be something juicy and very interesting. Alright, so the Conclave, a big secret name for something nobody seems to know anything about. Yes, smacks of Knights Templar, the Rosicrucians, Opus Dei, Illuminati, and insert your secret conspiracy group here. All very Da Vinci Code, yes, definitely. And if you're not familiar with the book, well, you should bloody well read it. I came across it searching the ebook libraries here at the Ostium Network, tore through it in a single afternoon. Anyway, I did do some research and scoured the edges of the internet and everything in between for anything related to the Conclave, and couldn't find a bloody thing. And if you're asking why I didn't search Internet 2.0 or 3.0 or the dark web or deep net, or is that dark net and deep web? Well, I'll be perfectly honest, I'm just not smart enough to know even where to begin with regards to those things. And yes, I did try Zhang and got the old, "I'm sorry, I cannot help you. You are not ready for that information yet." Yes, not very helpful, I know. And I could try pushing them, but after they already gave me those secret keypad codes, I think I've got what I could from them for the time being. If I start getting desperate, I might give it another go, but to use what I think is a very amusing saying in this instance, for now that door is closed. Yes, I'll wait while you have a jolly good guffaw at that one. As I said, I did my own feeble and failing research. I started with the term conclave, as that seemed the most enigmatic and mysterious of all this to me, and found out it's the term for the meeting of cardinals to elect a new pope. Interesting. I also saw some references to the man behind the Da Vinci Code himself, Mr. Dan Brown, and about his first big book, Angels and Demons. So of course I had to give that a read to see if it would shed any light on the subject. If you've read the book, then you know I found sod all. It was still a really gripping read, I will gladly admit. Another definition for conclave is either a secret meeting or meeting place. A little closer to what I was going for, but as to finding any details of a secret cabal known as the conclave that has purportedly been around for thousands of years, even on the massive informational superhighway, there was nothing to be found. I would find this all very hard to believe, especially after not being able to find any mention of anything even relating to it online. It would be the sort of thing I'd take with a very big grain of salt and be skeptical along the whole way. Skeptical and disbelieving, that is, if I hadn't come to know a place called Ostium, to have amassed seemingly a lifetime of experiences and memories, and to have learned and discovered so much, as well as making some very good friends along the way, and reuniting with lost family members. If you'll permit me to make an X-Files reference here, and if you're asking why, it's because it's a bloody good show, and if you're already a fan, then you don't need convincing and will appreciate this reference all the more. I am no longer skeptical of the Ostium Sagas and the Conclave, because of everything I have seen and experienced with Ostium, just as Mulder was made an adamant believer when his sister was abducted. And yes, I know the true story behind Samantha, and no, I'm not going to spoil it for anyone listening who hasn't watched the show. However, you really should start watching. Once you're done listening to the Ostium Sagas, of course. Okay, I think I said what I set out to say in the recorder's note, and if I forgot something, don't worry, you'll be hearing from me again in due course. For now, I wish to reiterate the message of the author of this incredible book in saying, prepare yourself. What you're about to read will change you, and you won't quite see things the same way ever again. So then, without further ado, welcome to the Ostium Sagas.